Americans love hitting the open road, but some travelers clearly expected a luxury spa experience in the middle of a Wyoming dust storm. Today, we are diving into the most hilariously stupid, absolutely brainless, and painfully entitled complaints ever made by people who somehow survived long enough to get a driver's license. From screaming at clouds to demanding refunds for gravity, these stories will make you question everything about humanity. Buckle up, because the American highway is about to get weird. Rule number 1. Never expect gas station sushi to taste like a Tokyo masterpiece. One traveler in the Arizona desert was genuinely heartbroken that his 4 spicy tuna roll from a truck stop did not meet his culinary standards. He left a review calling it a crime against Japanese culture and demanded the gas station hire a trained sushi chef. Sir, you bought raw fish next to a rack of beef jerky and motor oil. The only crime here is your decision-making process. If you want authentic sushi, maybe do not look for it between the lottery tickets and the energy drinks. Rule number 2, never assume a vending machine is a bank. A man in Kentucky spent 15 minutes having a full breakdown because a vending machine refused to accept his $100 bill for a 75-cent bag of chips. He actually filed a complaint saying the machine was classist and discriminated against wealthy people. The machine takes quarters, buddy. It is not designed to handle your flex. Maybe carry some change like a normal human being instead of expecting a snack dispenser to run your personal finance department. Rule number 3, never expect a gas station bathroom to double as a photography studio. One Yelp reviewer gave a rest stop, 1 star, because the fluorescent lighting in the bathroom made him look pale in his selfies. He complained that the harsh bulbs ruined his content and suggested the station install ring lights for travelers who care about their aesthetic. Most people are just praying the toilet flushes and the door locks, but this guy wanted a full glam setup for his mid-trip Instagram session. Some priorities are truly beyond understanding. Rule number 4, never blame the weather on a minimum wage employee. A woman visiting Death Valley in July walked up to a gas station attendant and demanded to know why it was so hot outside. She asked if there were any outdoor cooling fans or misting stations along the highway. It is literally called Death Valley, not Pleasant Temperature Valley. The hottest place in North America during the hottest month of the year is going to be hot. If you cannot handle that reality, maybe Google your destination before you pack your bags and melt your expectations. Rule number 5, never expect the main gas station to serve Texas breakfast. One traveler was furious that a coastal Maine stop did not have authentic Tex-Mex breakfast burritos. He called the lack of salsa options a form of regional discrimination against Southern food lovers. You are staring at the Atlantic Ocean surrounded by lobster shacks. Different states have different cultures and different foods. If you want a taste of San Antonio, maybe do not drive 2,000 miles in the opposite direction and then act surprised. Rule number 6, never file a complaint because a door required physical effort. A man left a nasty review for a gas station because the entrance door was not automatic. He argued that every modern business should have motion-activated sliding doors. He claimed the effort of pulling a door open ruined the flow of his road trip and made him break a sweat. We are officially living in a world where a 2-pound aluminum door feels like a CrossFit workout. How does this person even survive getting out of bed in the morning? Rule number 7, never expect Starbucks in the middle of nowhere. A traveler from New Jersey complained to the Nevada Tourism Board that gas stations were too far apart. He felt it was unfair to drive for 2 hours without seeing a coffee chain or a fast food restaurant. He actually suggested the state should subsidize businesses in the desert just for tourist convenience. The emptiness is the whole point of a road trip through the West. If you need a lat every 30 minutes, maybe stay on the East Coast where everything is packed together like sardines. Rule number 8, never expect the Grand Canyon to come with an elevator. One visitor complained that the famous hole in the ground was way too big and took too long to look at. He suggested the park should install a high-speed train or an elevator to take people to the bottom because hiking was exhausting. He literally called one of the 7 natural wonders of the world a logistical nightmare. Some people look at millions of years of geological history and only see an obstacle to their next nap. Truly remarkable. Rule number 9, never blame a scenic view for your own mistakes. A traveler in Utah filed a complaint because the beautiful red rocks surrounding a gas station distracted him so much that he forgot to put the fuel nozzle back. In his mind, it was the station's fault for being located in such a gorgeous area. He wanted them to build a more boring parking lot to prevent future incidents. Imagine demanding ugliness because you cannot handle beauty. Personal responsibility really is a lost art these days. Rule number 10, never expect Wi-Fi in the wilderness. A teenager's parent filed a complaint against a Montana rest stop because the free Wi-Fi did not reach the bathroom stalls. They argued that internet access is a human right even when you are 50 miles from civilization. If you cannot survive 20 minutes without scrolling through social media while surrounded by fresh mountain air, is it really a vacation? Or are you just a hostage to your own screen addiction? Rule number 11, never be offended by the smell of a farm state. A city woman stopping at a rural Kansas gas station complained to the manager about the excessive smell of nature, specifically the nearby cattle. She suggested installing giant industrial air fresheners to mask the scent. What exactly did she expect a state famous for agriculture to smell like? Lavender and ocean breeze? Sometimes the great outdoors smells like the great outdoors. Accept it or stay in your apartment. Rule number 12, never demand a gas pump slow down for your snack run. One customer in Ohio was furious furious because the high-flow pump finished filling his tank before he could finish choosing chips inside. He claimed the stress of rushing ruined his snack experience and demanded a discount for his emotional damage. Most normal people appreciate fast service, but this guy wanted the entire gas station to operate at a snail's pace just to match his indecisive browsing habits. Incredible. Rule number 13, never expect deer to read traffic signs. A woman called the highway department to complain that deer crossing signs were placed in dangerous high-traffic areas. Her brilliant solution was to move the signs to quieter spots so the deer would know to cross there instead. It is genuinely hard to tell if she was joking or if she truly believed wild animals follow road signage like responsible citizens. Either way, this one lives rent-free in my head forever. Rule number 14, never expect a Broadway performance from a graveyard shift worker. One customer in Maine was offended that a cashier at 4 in the morning did not engage in enthusiastic small talk. He complained that the worker looked tired and was not excited enough about his milk purchase. Expecting a high-energy greeting from someone working minimum wage at an hour when the world is asleep is a special kind of entitled. If you want a parade, do not shop when normal humans are dreaming. Rule number 15, never accuse a remote gas station of geographic bullying. A man in Death Valley was furious about fuel prices and spent 20 minutes arguing that they should match his local New Jersey rates. He knew there was no other pump for 60 miles, but still expected big city prices. Transporting fuel to the middle of a desert costs money. Logic tends to evaporate faster than water out there. Supply and demand is not a conspiracy against your wallet. Rule number 16, never expect a car wash to be gentle and meditative. A driver in Florida complained that an automatic car wash was violently attacking his vehicle. He said the brushes were too aggressive and the water was disturbingly loud. He wanted a calmer experience that respected his car's emotional well-being. At what point do we start believing that machines made of metal and glass have feelings that can be hurt by some soapy spinning bristles? Rule number 17, never complain about silence in the countryside. A traveler in rural Wyoming complained that the lack of traffic noise made it impossible to sleep in his camper. He actually asked the gas station owner to leave a tractor running all night to provide some city-style white noise. For some people, peace and quiet is apparently more disturbing than honking taxis and screaming sirens. The sounds of nature are the enemy now. Rule number 18, never be shocked that a gas station smells like gasoline. A guy in New Jersey filed a complaint calling the fuel smell a factory assault. He suggested the station should use industrial scents to smell like a bakery instead. You are literally standing over thousands of gallons of flammable liquid. If it suddenly smelled like fresh croissants, that would be a much bigger problem for your safety. Think it through next time. Rule number 19, never expect organic avocado toast at a desert truck stop. One health-conscious traveler was genuinely shocked that a Nevada gas station did not stock cold-pressed green juice. She left a 1-star review calling it a nutritional desert. If you are looking for superfoods next to cigarette cartons and beef jerky, your expectations are the real problem. A gas station is for fuel, not a wellness retreat disguised as a convenience store. Rule number 21, never demand the government exterminate bugs for your paint job. A tourist driving through the Florida Everglades complained that his car got dirty from insects. He wanted the state to spray the entire highway to prevent bug splatters. He felt it was unfair to use a squeegee more than once per hour. Have we really reached the point where we expect nature to be sterilized for our convenience? Bugs exist. A man in Texas demanded a refund for the air he pumped into his wheels because he claimed it was full of exhaust fumes from a nearby intersection. He wanted filtered mountain fresh air for his sub-tires. It is hard to imagine the level of boredom needed to worry about the purity of the air inside your rubber. Some people genuinely enjoy being difficult. Rule number 23, never expect bears to pose for your photos. A tourist at Yellowstone filed a formal complaint because the grizzlies would not come closer to his minivan for a better shot. He suggested rangers put out honey near the road to guarantee sightings. He wanted the park service to train the bears to be more photogenic. It is a wilderness, not a safari theme park. Those bears are busy being bears, not influencers waiting for a brand deal. Rule number 24, never blame a gas station for highway construction. A woman in Pennsylvania demanded a refund for her fuel because a detour 5 miles away added 10 minutes to her trip. She accused the station of being part of a conspiracy to make people drive longer and buy more gas. It is a special kind of main character syndrome to believe that construction crews are working specifically to ruin your personal schedule. Rule number 25, never call a digital screen a tool of the devil. A senior citizen in Georgia filed a complaint because a gas station updated its pumps to touch screens. He argued the bright colors were an assault on his senses and missed the old mechanical numbers. While nostalgia is understandable, calling modern technology demonic seems a bit extreme for a Friday afternoon pit stop. Change is hard, but it is not a spiritual attack. Rule number 26, never hate a happy dog. A visitor in Oregon was furious that a friendly golden retriever was napping near a gas station entrance. She complained the dog looked too happy and was a distraction for drivers. She demanded all animals be banned to maintain a professional atmosphere. How miserable do you have to be to find a friendly dog offensive? This is genuinely concerning on a human level. Rule number 27, never expect a truck stop bathroom to smell like a spa. A traveler in Tennessee claimed a gas station restroom gave him traumatic memories because it did not smell like lavender and the soap was generic. He wanted compensation for his emotional distress. If you want a luxury bathroom experience, maybe do not stop at a place that advertises the cheapest diesel in 3 counties. Read the room. Rule number 28, never call the police because the sun exists. A man in Kansas actually contacted authorities because the sunset was in his eyes while driving west. He claimed the government should install giant visors over the interstate to prevent temporary blindness. Instead of wearing sunglasses like a functioning adult, he wanted a multi-billion-dollar engineering project. The audacity of thinking our solar system should adjust itself for your evening commute is almost impressive. Rule number 29, never drive 300 miles in the wrong direction and blame the signs. Our final legend drove toward Canada instead of Mexico and filed a complaint that highway signs should have been more aggressive. He wanted flashing red lights and sirens to tell him he was going north. He demanded the Department of Transportation pay for his wasted gas and hotel room. If you cannot tell the difference between north and south, maybe just let someone else drive. And with that, we have reached the end of this journey through peak human entitlement. What is the dumbest complaint you have ever witnessed on the road? Drop your stories in the comments and let the chaos begin. Hit that like button if you survived this list, and subscribe so you never miss another dose of highway insanity. See you in the next one.